Hello, this is the Morning Gardener, and I'm just here talking. I had an interesting day today. I went out. Let me just um, start off from the beginning. I went out to get my tires that I purchased first time ever. I purchased them online, and when I purchased my tires online, first time doing it, you have to go through some rough spots, and so got them online. They came in the mail super fast. And the only reason why I did them online was to see whether or not I could save some money. And I actually saved $100 on my tires. That's what I saved. So that being said, um, 2 maybe 3 days later, I got my brand new tires. They look like pretty good quality. Wasn't the best tires I ever purchased, but they were good tires. Um, so now the trick comes getting them put on, which some people call them mounting. And I gotta tell you, um, went up the street to one of the tire places that sell tires, and it was really interesting. It's an old, broken down kind of garage kind of deal, and I went up there and I said, "How much to put on a tire, and what is does it entail?" And he didn't know what I was talking about because I talk kind of funny sometimes, trying to use correct English. And I said, "What what um, what is the cost?" And I said, "Do you balance the tire?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Do you change out the valve stems?" He said, "No." And I had a problem with that because the tires that I had on the car were like, well, I'm embarrassed to say it, but they were like 10 years old. And the 10-year-old tires got, well, before I get off track here, he didn't give me the valve stems. I wasn't going to put new tires on with old valve stems and then have them start leaking, if that makes any sense to you. So I said, no, let me get valve stems. I said, how much are your valve stems? He said, they're $10 each. Now, if you're familiar with valve stems, some of you, it's that little tiny part of your car that you stick the hose on and put the air in the tire. And he wanted $10 a piece for those. No, homie don't play that. So what I did is I said, look, I'll get my own. Can you install them for me? He said, yeah, I'll install them for you. He said, I won't charge anything for installing. So there he is. I come back from the store. I got the wrong ones. Had to drive back to the store, which is a part store for cars. Had to drive back and try to get the right ones. Sure enough, I came back and he looked at me like they were the wrong ones. I said, look, are they the wrong ones or not? He said, well, we can work with these. Okay, so now he wants to charge me extra for something. And here's what I got done, folks. I got wheel locks put on. I purchased those offline. They were like $10 if you're a good shopper. You can get them for that. So I purchased the wheel locks for $10, about $11 altogether. And when I did that, um, the tires are now secure. Came with a little tiny little ratchet tool that locks them on there, to say the least. So now I got my tires. He put air in them, and I saw something happen interesting. He popping them off the rims, and he's getting them ready. And it's like one, two, three. There's three guys working on my car. I'm looking around, make sure all the lugs are where they're supposed to be. All um, the caps that go over the lugs are still there because I came in with four. I'm leaving with four. Um, so they put everything back together, and I gave the car a final walk around, and I looked and said, I just want to make sure this guy changed all my valve stems. Um, and the only way to do that is to take the cap off and see if there's fresh clean threads that the cap screws onto, and they were clean. They weren't old and weathered like mine were. Um, so once I got all that done, tires put on, looking good. They had them turned around the right way I wanted them, which was white walls showing out. Um, gives it that good look, I call it. And so there it is. Cars looking good. Still need a bath. I need to wash it. And I think I'll do that tomorrow. Wash it and also clean the wheels because the wheels come with that blue stuff on it to keep the white of the tire clean. All together, beautiful job. I had the money for them, paid him, and no one said anything else. I shook his hand, but I saw something at the shop that you would not believe. And people are getting desperate in business and elsewhere in life. The tires that he took off of my car, he brought them right out there to the front and stacked them with the tires that say for sale. They came right off my car, literally right off the rim, and they was outside and being stacked for sale. I said to myself, the reason why I got rid of the tires because I thought they were unsafe because the car went down the road wobbling. When they get that old, you get flat spots in the tire if you leave them parked too long. But he took them outside, and someone he gonna sell them tires to. It could be an old lady. It could be a poor guy that goes back and forth to work that just don't have no money to buy fresh tires right now. Because I know they hard to get. Tires are expensive. You know they got tires out there for a town car. That's the kind of car I put them on. They're $288 each, and they got tires out there like that. If you want to pay that kind of money, you can pay it or more. But at any rate, I will go back online and buy tires. But you got to be careful because some of the tires, if you don't know what you're getting, they're really cheaply made. They got the sidewalls are like balloons. If you scrape them against a curve, they'll pop open. And they got something like that. They got some with really low treads on them because you can't really examine a tire that well when you're buying a tire online. I mean, you just can't do it. And then I kept writing to him, is this a 30,000, 40,000 mile tire? The reason why I was so low because I wanted him to say, this is a 50,000 mile tire. Because I try to get at least a 50,000 mile tire. I don't think the ones I put on there are a 50,000 mile tire. I just don't. The treads are not deep enough. But the rubber's heavy. It feels durable. Two tires you can't really pick up of these size 15s. They heavy. Um, so he filled them all up, put them on the car, and put the locks on. And the car was running. Let's say growing season about over here, and yeah, it's about over here too. It's about over here too. It is. So when I got rid of the old tires, he had. I mean, on a man sold these tires. I mean, he's setting up. Excuse me. He's setting up to sell these tires to somebody. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know shops did that. So that's where used car places get their tires from. They don't check those tires for safety and make sure that they're okay. They just all that he cared about was that the tire held air. That's it. Because when I brought him in there, the car drove in, so he knew that the tires held air, and he stuck them right out there on the front. For somebody to walk up and say, "Give me that one. There. How much you want for that one?" Oh, $30. Okay, I'll take it. And he made it with absolutely zero input. He didn't have to buy no tire uh, to sell to someone else. He got it from my car. Not good. And then I got home And my it's been an interesting day. Like I said, my alarm system for my house came in the mail, and this is what it looks like, folks. How does that look to you? How does that look? And see what I did. I got tired of sleeping at night, and I like to have something that will alarm if someone tries to enter. That gives me a little bit more of an advantage. So this is what I want, and it's small. It's Wi-Fi, um, and it signals me that something is wrong, and that's what I want. I love this thing. It was price right. Um, that's the panel. That's what it looks like. Small, compact. I had one years ago, and it was a nice deal. Let's see, where was this made at? Wi-Fi Model T. I like this, and it looks like you charge it like you would charge a cell phone. Because I was concerned about that. It's got a reset button on it. I like it. You put it up in the house, and the alarm covers everything. You got motion. You got motion. Let me see what it looks like. That's what I wanted. I wanted that like that. This is what it looks like. Parts. Let me get this thing right here. I'm having problems with this camera today. Let me see. Do I want to put it closer or further back? Um, that's what the box looks like. And I'm gonna put everything back together because I'm not gonna put it together tonight. I want to read up on it and make sure I'm doing it correctly. But it ties into my Wi-Fi and it contacts me wherever I'm at. Something's going on at the house, or if I'm here asleep, it'll set off an alarm. And but I want to find out if I can tie it into the police department. I believe I can because the old one I had, it was like I could tie it in where it would ring me first if I didn't pick up the phone after so many rings, or 3 or 4 rings, I think it was. Then it would automatically switch over and then go ahead and call the police. And you could set it up with as many as 4 different people. But I didn't have it set up like that. I had it set on two, myself and the police. I just saw it fly. So on that note, I'm gonna go. Okay, Mr. Price, have a good day. Yeah, but I'm gonna go because I got that to work with. Got my tires done. It was a lot of running around today. When you're trying to save money, you're gonna do. Sometime you're gonna do some running around. Take care, good people. This has been the Morning Gardener. Yeah. Let's see, can I do this? Cut this off this way. And then you go here.